Good morning, guys. Good morning again, everyone. Good morning to all my travelers and everybody else who's new in the channel. I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for coming in. It's actually the first day of September of 2023, and I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure being here with you all almost every day. Now, so you all know that you all are a part of my life and I'm a part of yours. I sincerely appreciate you. Now, this morning, as we continue to read the Bible, we are going to be reading some more into the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms is going to take us. Does that music sound a little bit too loud? Let's see if we can turn that music down a little bit. Okay, that should be better. Okay, that sounds a little bit better, not too loud. Okay, so this morning we are going to be continuing with the reading of the Bible. For those of you who are new here, just coming into the channel, a very, very special welcome to you. I noticed there has been quite a few of you, and I want to say a very special welcome to you. Thank you all so much for coming in. I sincerely appreciate you all. And I hope you all find some sort of inspiration or some knowledge, some reason to stay, to understand who, why the Bible is such an important part of our lives. Now, we do not endorse any particular religion or any particular denomination over here. What we simply do as it pertains to the Bible is read it for ourselves so that as laymen we can know what is actually in the Bible rather than be told what is in the Bible. Because many of us who have grown up in the church, we know what's in the Bible only through what we were told. So that makes us think we know what is in the Bible, but we really don't. And you can't know what is in the Bible unless you've actually read it for yourself. Because some things in the Bible are downright scary. That's my opinion. And as I said in a post yesterday, if we were to go by all these laws that's in the Bible, that's what I've read so far in the Old Testament, we would all be dead, baby. We would all be dead. Or there would be so few of us left in the world, there would be, so much hatred and just, I really want to say to you, there would be a lot of mass killings going on if we were to go by the Bible. There were such simple things that warranted death that it was unbelievable. But it is in the Bible, and we have been cultured to believe that whatever is in the Bible is the truth and it is what we should follow and it is what we should do. I can tell you point blank, that even though the Bible says if a man suspects his wife of cheating, he should take the wife to the priest and have the priest mix up some bitter water, give to her to drink. And if the woman has in fact been unfaithful, then her belly will swell after drinking that bitter brew. Her belly will swell and her thighs will rot. She'll never be able to have kids. But if she was not unfaithful, but her husband just being delusional, then they will go on to have children together. And the husband will pay the priests a fifth, one and a fifth of whatever it's worth Do you think any man today, or let me say any woman today, would go with their husband to a priest just because he thinks she's being unfaithful? And she would go drink some bitter brew that the priest made? Do you think any woman would go with their husband? I know I wouldn't. I don't know any woman who would go to this priest to make him mix up some bitter brew. You don't know what it is, what is in it. He gonna scrape up some dirt off the ground. He gonna scrape up some trash, garbage. I don't know. And he gonna make this bitter brew for you. And you are going to agree to drink this bitter brew, knowing that this bitter brew could possibly swell your belly, whether or not you were unfaithful. Ain't no woman I know who was gonna take up that challenge. So if we ever followed some of the things in the Bible, we would be a people dripping with blood day and night. Okay? So when I hear people saying they're teaching from the Bible and it's gotta be in the Bible, if it's in the Bible, you gotta do it. We gotta have our own discernment and say to ourselves, oh really, I bet that person don't know what's in the Bible. Because if that person knew what was in the Bible, they would never make statements like that. Okay? And that is why I think everybody who calls themselves a Christian and say that they follow what is in the Bible need to read the Bible for themselves. Right, Delia? How are you doing, my sweet sister? Good to see you, my love. Happy Friday, happy September. I hope young lady having a good morning. Yeah. So I'm saying when I hear people say that if it's in the Bible, you got to do it, I say to myself, these people really don't know what is in the Bible. Because if they knew what's in the Bible, they would never tell anybody that if it's in the Bible, you got to do it. No. In my opinion, I think that there probably needs to be the Bible needs to be reserved as a historic book because it's telling us things that used to happen. There's nowhere in the Bible where it says this modern generation, as far as I have read so far, and I have read Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, First and Second Samuel, First and Second Kings, First and Second Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, and now I'm on Psalm. And all of it so far is what Moses claimed to have been told by God to tell the people to do. And some of it is so absolutely weird that I believe Moses was probably was a cult leader, one of those delusional people who, you find people every day talk about God tell them this, God tell them that. God says when he comes into the house, into the tabernacle, when he is in the tabernacle, everybody who is sick gotta be put out. And then this is the same God that he says merciful and caring and comforting, and you call in your time of sickness. But according to Moses in the book of Numbers, Moses said God told him that when he is in the tabernacle, everybody who has leprosy, who has any kind of sickness, everybody who is not well needs to be put outside of the camp. Now, why would God come into the tabernacle and say all the sick people needs to be out? He's not dwelling in there with no sick people. Really? But anyway, I am not here to endorse and I'm not here to contradict. I am only reading it for myself and those of you who are willing to listen with an open mind. You understand? Wonderful, my love. Wonderful, Dale. Our time for you now, Delia. It is 5 to me. 5 and 5, 10 for you. Okay. That's almost all like money, right? $5 for me and $10 for you. Okay. Yes, guys. So, so those are some of the things that I have found in the Bible to be questioning, to say the least. And since all of these laws are Judaic laws that were handed down from Moses to the Jews and was intended for the children of Israel, what if I am not a descendant of the children of Israel? Am I bound to follow these laws? And these laws don't even I don't think exist, most of them, anymore. I don't know of anybody who is I don't know of anybody who is being struck by God because they asked a question about a leader. You all remember how Moses' sister and brother, Miriam and Aaron, had asked him about his behavior. Remember that Moses encouraged the children of Israel, his followers, Moses encouraged them to follow his laws, which included not marrying outside, which means that they needed to marry. When they came time to marry, they had to marry somebody who was a descendant of the tribe, of one of the tribes of Judah, of Jacob, of the children of Israel. They weren't supposed to go out and marry outsiders. Yet, Moses was married to a whole Ethiopian who was not a descendant of the children of Israel. And when his brother and his sister had the quote unquote audacity to say to him, listen, you are not practicing what you are preaching. You are telling the people that they can't marry outside. But here you are married to a whole Ethiopian. He got mad. He got upset and claimed that he called on his God, and God was upset that they questioned Moses. And God struck his sister Miriam with leprosy, but his brother Aaron was the only verbally chastised for having asked him that question. And so it was almost like people learned not to question Moses. So whatever Moses said, that's what they did, regardless of how they felt about it. They did it anyway because they learned that if you don't do what Moses says, then chances are you are going to be struck with some kind of destruction. So it's better to obey than to be punished. And in modern day society, that would be like a cult behavior, a cult leader's behavior, saying, you do as I say, and if you don't do as I say, this is what will happen to you. But anywho, we are going to continue reading this morning. We are going to read a little bit more chapters, only because the chapters are short. So we are going to be reading Psalm chapter 55 through to 69. So if you are here, welcome. Follow along with me in your book Bible or your Google Bible as we read the Psalm. And remember, the Psalm has mostly poetry. It's a lot of poems that's in the Psalm. And that is why these chapters are so short. It's very refreshing as opposed to the stories we have read before where there was a lot of murders and stuff like that in the Bible. So it's better now. The Psalm is full of peace, joy, comfort, and most of all, hope. Because as we said yesterday, we see where the authors of the psalm are really calling on their God for deliverance. They're calling on their God to help them to reestablish, to reestablish the kingdom of Judah. They are begging him. They are pleading with him. They are presenting their case as best they can to their God for the reestablishment of the kingdom of David. And as we read these poems, we'll see that they all have the same theme in the book of Psalms. So follow along with me in your book Bible or your Google Bible and let us read. I am actually reading from the King James Version. So if you're reading from a different version, the words might be different, but the message, I believe, is the same. So come along with us, guys, and let us start. We're reading Psalm chapter 55. Psalm chapter 55 says, "Give ear to my prayer, O God, and hide not thyself from my supplication. Attend unto me, and hear me. I mourn in my complaint, and make a noise, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked. For they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me. My heart is sore pained within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, Oh, that I had wings like a dove, for then would I fly away and be at rest." And you all know if I had a wing like a dove, right? I would fly away and be at rest. And it's clear to me that this author is almost at his wit's end. He has begged and pleaded for God's intervention in the reestablishing of the kingdom. It hasn't yet happened. And he's just, if if I had wings like a dove, I would just fly away. And that to me has to be the hallmark of desperation. Like, what next should I do? Let's continue. Verse 7 says, Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness. I would hasten my escape from the windy storm and tempest. Destroy, O Lord, and divide their tongues, for I have seen violence and strife in the city. Day and night they go about it, upon the walls thereof. Mischief also and sorrow are in the midst of it. Wickedness is in the midst thereof. Deceit and guile depart not from her streets. For it was not an enemy that reproached me, then I could have borne it. Neither was it he that hated me, that did magnify himself against me. Then I would have hid myself from him. But it was thou, a man my equal, my God, and my acquaintance. We took sweet counsel together, and walked unto the house of God in company. Let death seize upon them, and let them go down quick into hell. For wickedness is in their dwellings, and among them. As for me, I will call upon God, and the Lord shall save me. Evening and morning, and at noon will I pray, and cry aloud, and he shall hear my voice. He hath delivered my soul in peace from the battle that was against me, for there were many with me. God shall hear and afflict them, even he that abideth of old. because they have no changes, therefore they fear not God. He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved. But thou, O God, shalt bring them down into the pit of destruction. Bloody and deceitful men shall not live out half their days, but I will trust in thee. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 55. Welcome again into the live, everyone. We are currently reading the book of Psalm. We just finished reading Psalm chapter 55, and we are moving right along onto Psalm chapter 56. Follow along with me in your book Bible or your Google Bible as we read along, and don't forget to take notes. Psalm chapter 56. Be merciful unto me, O God, for man would swallow me up. He fighting daily oppresseth me. Mine enemies would daily swallow me up, for they be many that fight against me, O thou most high. What time I am afraid, I will trust in thee. In God I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust. I will not fear what flesh can do unto me. Every day they wrest my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. They gather themselves together. They hide themselves. They mark my steps when they wait for my soul. Shall they escape by iniquity? In thine anger cast down the people, O God. Thou tellest my wanderings. Put thou my tears into thy bottle. Are they not in thy book? When I cry unto thee, then shall mine enemies turn back. This I know, for God is for me. In God will I praise his word. In the Lord will I praise his word. In God have I put my trust. I will not be afraid what man can do unto me. Thy vows are upon me, O God. I will render praises unto thee. Verse 13, and this is the last verse of chapter 56. For thou hast delivered my soul from death. Will not thou deliver my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of the living? Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 56. Welcome into the live, everyone. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Thank you all so much for coming. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to share out the stream. Don't forget to invite your friends and your friends and friends to come on over into the morning reading and follow along in your Bible and make notes, because we are reading the Bible for ourselves, and we are trying to understand for ourselves the content that is in the Bible. Now let us move on to Psalm chapter 57. Be merciful unto me, O God, be merciful unto me, for my soul trusts in thee. Yea, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge, until these calamities be overpassed. I will cry unto God Most High, unto God that performeth all things for me. He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that would swallow me up. God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men, whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. They have prepared a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. They have dug a pit before me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. My heart is fixed, O God, my heart is fixed. I will sing and give praise. Awake up, my glory, awake, psaltery and harp. I, I myself will awake early. I will praise thee, O Lord, among the people. I will sing unto thee among the nations. For thy mercy is great unto the heavens, and thy truth unto the clouds. Verse 11, and this is the last verse of chapter 57. Be thou exalted, O God, above the heavens. Let thy glory be above all the earth. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 57. Welcome, guys. Welcome into the live. Thank you all so much for coming into the live. We are currently reading the book of Psalm, and we are now moving on to Psalm chapter 58. Do we indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yea, in heart he work wickedness. Ye He weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stops her ear, which will not hearken to the voice of farmers, charming never so wisely. Break their teeth, O God, in their mouth. Break out the great teeth of the young lions, O Lord. Let them melt away as waters which run continually. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces. As a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away, like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. Before your pots can feel the thorn, he shall take them away, as with a whirlwind, both living and in his wrath. The righteous shall rejoice. The righteous shall rejoice when he seeth the vengeance. He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked. Verse 11, and this is the last verse of chapter 58. So that a man shall say, Verily, there is a reward for the righteous. Verily, he is a God that judgeth in the earth. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 58. And we're moving on to Psalm chapter 59. Psalm chapter 59. Deliver me from mine enemies, O my God. Defend me from them that rise up against me. Deliver me from the workers of iniquity, and save me from bloody men. For, lo, they lie in wait for my soul. The mighty are gathered against me. not for my transgression, nor for my sin, O Lord. They run and prepare themselves without my fault. Awake to help me, and behold, thou therefore, O Lord God of hosts, the God of Israel, awake to visit all the heathen. Be not merciful to any wicked transgressors. They return at evening. They make a noise like a dog and go round about the city. Behold, they belch out with their mouth. Swords are in their lips. For whom, say they, doth fear? But thou, O Lord, shalt laugh at them. Thou shalt have all the heathen in thou shalt have all the heathen in derision. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for God is my defense. The God of my mercy shall prevent me. God shall let me see my desire upon my enemies. Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power, and bring them down, O Lord, our shield. So, guys, as we read the psalm here, as we read these chapters in the book of Psalm, now do you understand now why the psalm is used as a deterrent for enemy attack? It's because this is what the children of Israel, the remnants of them that were left, this is what they have used. These are the points that they had written, begging their God, begging Him for deliverance to help them, because the enemy meaning that the other people who were not Jews had taken over. The Jews were no longer the powerful force that they had been in the region. And so they are begging their God. It's like you considering yourself to be mama's favorite child, and you are begging your mom for every little thing that you need without any consideration for the others. You are seeing everybody else as your enemy. Everybody else got to be against you. And you are begging your God to deliver you. Just like a child begs their parent for the help that they can't provide for themselves. And here we see the desperation in these poems of the children of the descendants of the children of Israel, meaning these Jews, are the author here is asking God to slay the enemy, because apparently that's the only way they can see themselves rising again to their former position of power in the region, is if their enemies all die out. But we see that that's not happening. No matter how they pray, that is not happening. They have now had to settle for the position of the powerless. Their times of being powerful in the region seems to be over, and they can't stand it. So they are pleading and begging their God to slay the enemy so that they can rise up again and be the powerful force that they were before in years gone by. Let us continue. Joe, Joe, what's up? How are you doing? Joe for the mango lover. Joe, you know the thing. You know the thing. Mango for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You know how it is. How are you doing this Friday morning, Joe? I hope you're having a great morning. I hope all is well with you, Jojo, as it is with me. Good to see you. Good to see you. May I try to read and the light is not cooperating. Anyway, let us continue. We are reading Psalm chapter 59 at the moment. Let's read verse 7 again. Behold, they belch out with their mouth, swords are in their lips. For who, say they, doth hear? But thou, O Lord, shalt laugh at them. Thou shalt have all the heathen in derision. Because of his strength will I wait upon thee, for God is my defense. The God of my mercy shall prevent me. God shall let me see my desire upon mine enemies. Slay them not, lest my people forget. Scatter them by thy power, and bring them down, O Lord, our shield. For the sin of their mouth and the words of their lips, let them even be taken in their pride, and for cursing and lying which they speak. Consume them in wrath, consume them, that they may not be, and let them know that God ruleth in Jacob unto the ends of the earth. And at evening let them return, and let them make a noise like a dog, and go round about the city. Let them wander up and down for meat, and grudge if they be not satisfied. But I will sing of thy power, yea, I will sing aloud of thy mercy in the morning. For thou hast been my defense and refuge in the day of my trouble. Verse 17. Unto thee, O my strength, will I sing, for God is my defense and the God of my mercy. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 59. We are going to move on to Psalm chapter 60. And these early chapters of the Psalm are rather short. They have 11 and 12 verses and 10 verses. They are rather short. So that's why we are reading so many chapters at once. Once again, I want to say welcome, everybody. Welcome into the live. Thank you all so much for coming. I sincerely appreciate you all. Let's move right along. The Psalm chapter 60. O God, thou hast cast us off, thou hast scattered us, thou hast been displeased. O turn thyself to us again. Thou hast made the earth to tremble, thou hast broken it. Heal the breaches thereof, for it shaketh. Thou hast showed thy people hard things. Thou hast made us to drink the wine of astonishment. Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that is my that it may be displayed because of the truth, that thy beloved may be delivered. Save with thy right hand and hear me. God hath spoken in his holiness. I will rejoice. I will divide Shechem and mete out the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, and Manasseh is mine. Ephraim also is the strength of my head. Judah is my lawgiver. Judah is my lawgiver. Interesting. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. Who will bring me into the strong city? Who will lead me into Edom? Wilt not thou, O God, which hast cast us off, and thou, O God, which didst not go with our armies, give us help, for vain is the help of man. Verse 12. This is the last verse of chapter 16. Through God we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 60. And now we'll move on. Psalm chapter 61. Guys, tell me if the music is too loud. And now we are moving on to Psalm chapter 61. Psalm chapter 61 says, Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. And that is another song. That is another song from the Bible. I can't sing this morning, guys. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I. Okay, that's about it. Joseph, how are you doing this Friday morning? What's up with you? How are you doing, my love? So good to see you. So good to see you, Dahlia. And those of you who are here and not saying anything, and those of you who will come into the live after it has ended, I want to say thank you. Welcome to everybody who is here. Psalm chapter 61. Hear my cry, O God. Attend unto my prayer. From the end of the earth will I cry unto thee. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter for me, and a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in thy tabernacle forever. I will trust in the covert of thy wings. For thou, O God, hast heard my vows. Thou hast given me the heritage of those that fear thy name. Thou wilt prolong the king's life, and his years as many generations. He shall abide before God forever. O prepare mercy and truth, which may preserve him. Verse 8 and last. So will I sing praise unto thy name forever, that I may daily perform my vows. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 61. And we will move right along to Psalm chapter 62. Psalm chapter 62. Truly my soul walteth upon God. From him cometh my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I will not be greatly moved. How long will he imagine mischief against a man? He shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall he be, and as a tottering fence. They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. My soul, wait thou only upon God. Wait thou only upon God. That should be an I right there. That has to be the word waits. Verse 5 says, My soul, wait thou only upon God, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory, the rock of my strength, and my refuge is in God. Trust in Him at all times, ye people. Pour out your heart before Him. God is a refuge for us. Surely men of low degree are vanity, and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. And we understand what that means, right? If you have come into riches, don't set your heart upon it. Because remember, yesterday in a previous chapter, we read that no matter what it is that you accumulate in this life, you need to be aware that when you leave here, you leave with nothing. And that should make us different from the animals because at least we know that much. Verse 11, God has spoken once. Twice have I heard this, that power belongs to God. Verse 12, and this is the last verse of chapter 62. Also unto thee, O Lord, belongs mercy, for thou renderest to every man according to his work. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 62. Now we are moving on to Psalm chapter 63. Hold on a second there, guys. Okay, I'm back with you guys. Let us continue with the reading of the Psalm. Psalm chapter 63. Let's move on. Follow along with me, your book Bible or your Google Bible. Psalm chapter 63. O Lord, O God, thou art my God. Early will I seek thee. My soul thirsteth for thee. My flesh longeth for thee in a dry and thirsty land, where no water is, to see thy power and thy glory, so as I have seen thee in the sanctuary. Because thy loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise thee. Thus will I bless thee while I live. I will lift up my hands in thy name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips. When I remember thee upon my bed, and meditate on thee in the night watches, because thou hast been my help, therefore in the shadow of thy wings will I rejoice. My soul follows hard after thee. Thy right hand upholds me. But thou that seek my soul to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. They shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for foxes. But the king shall rejoice in God. Everyone that feareth thy name shall live. Everyone that feareth thy name shall live. That's the Bible's God. But the mouth of them that speak lies shall be stopped. Here is the reading of Psalm chapter 63. And the chapters in the Psalm are very short, and that is why we're reading so many chapters at once, because chapters are very short, because they're poetry after all. So that's why. So we move on to Psalm chapter 64. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bring their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Certainly do they shoot at home, and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of mean snares privily. They say, who shall do them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Out of the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded, so they shall make their own tongue before upon them. All that see them shall flee away, and all men shall fear, and shall declare the word of God, for they shall wisely consider of his doing. Verse 10. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory. That is an ancient word from him. But this is the Bible's grammar. And all the upright in heart shall glory. Okay. That's the end of Psalm chapter 64. And we have a few more chapters to go for this morning. We have a few more chapters to go for this morning. Not too many. here we are again. Now we are on to the book of Psalm, chapter 65. Psalm chapter 65. Praise waits for thee, O God, in Zion, and unto thee shall the vow perform. O thou that hearest prayer, unto thee shall all flesh come. Iniquities prevail against me, as for all transgressions, thou shalt purge them away. Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causest to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple. By terrible things it is righteousness. In righteousness wilt thou answer us, O God of our salvation, who art the confidence of all over the earth, and of them that are far out upon the sea, which by his strength set fast the mountains, being girded with power, which stilleth the noise of cities, the noise of their waves, and the tumult of the people. They also that dwell in the uttermost parts are afraid at thy tokens. Thou makest the outgoing of the morning and evening to rejoice. Thou visitest the earth and waterest it. Thou greatly enriched it with the river of God, which is full of water. Thou preparest them for when thou hast sown wheat. Thou water the bridges thereof abundantly. Thou settest the forest thereof. Thou makest it soft with showers. Thou blessest the springing thereof. Thou crownest the year with thy goodness, and thy paths drop fatness. Thy drop upon the pasture of the wilderness, and the little hills rejoice on every side. The pastures are filled with flocks. The valleys also are covered with corn. They shout for joy. They also sing. Wow, that's great literature there. The mountain, the pastures are covered with flocks. That means there are so many animals in the pastures. The pastures are covered with animals. That's great literature there. But let us move right along, my friends. Thanks again to everybody who has come into the life. We have one, two, we have 4 more chapters to go for this morning. Psalm chapter 66. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Sing forth the honor of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say unto God, how terrible art thou in thy works! Through the greatness of thy power shall thine enemies submit themselves unto thee. All the earth shall worship thee, and shall sing unto thee. They shall sing to thy name. Come and see the works of God. He is terrible in his doing towards the children of men. He turns the sea into dry land. They went through the flood on foot. There did he rejoice in hope. He rules by his power forever. His eyes behold the nations. Let not the rebellious exalt themselves. O bless our God, ye people, and make the voice of his praise to be heard. Withholdeth our soul in life, and suffereth not our feet to be moved. For thou, O God, hast moved us, thou hast strengthened us as silver in trial. Thou broughtest us into the nets. Thou layest affliction upon our loins. Thou hast cast men to ride over our head.
We went through fire and through water, but thou broughtest us out unto a water place. I will go into thy house with burnt offerings. I will believe thy vows, which my lips have uttered and my mouth has spoken when I was in trouble. I will offer unto thee burnt sacrifices of fatlings with the incense of rams. I will offer bullocks with goats. Come and hear, all ye that fear God, and I will declare what he hath done for my soul. I cried unto him with my mouth, and he was extolled with my tongue. If I regard iniquity in my heart, the Lord will not hear me. But verily, God hath heard me. He hath attended to the voice of my prayer. Verse 20 says, Blessed be God, which hath not turned away my prayer, nor his mercy from me. Here ends the reading of Psalms chapter 66. Psalm chapter 67. Psalm chapter 67, and this is the last chapter for this morning. God be merciful unto us, and bless us, and cause his face to shine upon us, that thy way may be known upon earth, thy saving health among all nations. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. O let the nations be glad and sing for joy, for thou shalt judge the people righteously, and govern the nations upon earth. Let the people praise thee, O God. Let all the people praise thee. Then shall the earth yield her increase, and God, even our own God, shall bless us. God shall bless us, and all the ends of the earth shall fear him. Here ends the reading of Psalm chapter 67.